Welcome back everyone. Quickly, let's continue our discussion on HTML input attributes, and right now we'll be discussing about the step attribute. The step attribute in the HTML input element. The input step attribute specifies the legal number interface for an input field. For example, if we use step 3, the legal numbers could be -3 or 3, 6, 9, and so forth and so on. These attributes can be used together with the max and min attributes to create a range of legal values. And also note this, the step attribute works with the following input types: number types, range type, date type, date time local, month time, and week input type. So, and also I want you to notice one thing right here again. Input restrictions are not foolproof, are not what are not foolproof, and JavaScript provides many ways to add illegal input. So to safely restrict input, it must also be checked by the receiver and the server. So I'm going to show you how this works quickly, and when we get to our JavaScript tutorial, we are going to learn more about it. And don't you forget, we are coming from our beginners to the advanced level of the HTML, so we don't worry about that for now yet. So let's quickly create something sensitive with this step. As you can see, you can check our HTML input attributes playlist, and also you can check our HTML input type playlist, our HTML form playlist. Also, we can have a lot of input type we have created so far. So quickly, let's create another attribute right here, which is input type of what? Input type of steps. So quickly, let's create that. Input type of number. So we need input type of number. Input type of number. So input type of number. Let's break this so you can be able to see what I'm doing. Times 2. And also at the top here again, let's write something. Let's write a label. Let's just call it number input. Let's call it number. So you can give it anything. Let's just call it number. Let's give it the title we are talking about. Let's just write step attribute. When we write step attribute, it will be nice. When we write step attribute, it will be very nice. So as we have wrote it now let's save our document first and see what we got. As you can see right here in our step attribute right here, we are having our input type of number. Can you see? We can specify anything, and we can, when we the reason why it's unable to go is because of this minus here. Let's remove it. So when we submit it, it will go, right? But one thing I want you to notice is that this right here is using for counting. So as you can see, when we start counting, it starts from 0, right? It starts from what? 0, right? So now let's reset it and start count and use step. Let's use step. When we use step, let's delete all this because we don't need them for now. Let's use step. When we use step and we start counting from 10, you are going to see it will start counting from 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on and so forth. Let's reset and start counting. We use this thing, but because you can use your hand to write any value you want, but let's use this button right here. Can you see? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and so on and so forth. You should understand what I'm talking about. So definitely when we write 2, it will start counting from 2. So it will restrict dot. Let's reload our document and reset this. When we start counting from 2, as you can see, when you start counting 2, 4, 6, 8, then you understand what I'm talking about. And when we get to 2, you can see anything from 2 and 2. So let's reset it. In our previous tutorial, we have discussed about the min max attribute. I want you to watch the tutorial where I discussed about the number min max. This one now, the number min input. So you can check our HTML number min input, number max input, so you can be able to follow along. But I'm going to show you a little talking about it also. Let's just use range of number. Let's say for instance now we want to specify a range of number, then we can have our number range from, we can use minimum. We want them to start from 2. So, and we want them to end from what? From let's say we want them to end at 9. So I just make it dynamic like that so you can understand what I'm talking about. So I want them to step 2. So you are going to see what will happen now. So let's reload. As you can see, we are having this range. Right? If you notice something very well, let's say when we use don't let me use range type. We can use another one. We can use instead of using the range type, we can use, say, can we use monthly? Yeah, let's use range like that. or yes, let's use number. Let's use our number again. Min and max. Yes, min and max. Let's use it. Let's reload our document. Let's jump. Can you see? Right now, when we submit anything that is below, let's say for submitting now, let's say we submit this now, it will not go. Or if we use anything like true. I've discussed about this in our previous tutorial, so you can check it. Let's now jump. Can you see? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When you reach there, it will stop. Can you see? It will stop. So let's reload our document and create a step. Let's say we want to jump, like let's say we want to jump 3 times. Definitely it will reach from, let's relate. Now let's jump. It will reach 3. No, it's supposed to reach 3. It will start from 2 because we have specified the main. Definitely use this step with your main. In our previous tutorial, we have discussed about this very well, so you can use, because this is the beginning, so try to use it with your beginning so you can be able to understand what I'm talking about. But sometimes some use case you will not need it. So let's reload. Now let's start. Can you see? 3, 6, 9, and so on. 3, 6, and so, and when we come back, it will never be beyond this 6. And when we said submit this value, it will go. When we submit all this value, it will go. You can understand it very well in this manner, but the main thing I want you to understand here is the step, because the step counting is the one I want you to understand. As you can see, because we specify 3, so we are able to step. And if you don't use this min max, we can step as we want, but it's going to be jumping by 3, 9, 6, and so on and so forth. As you can see, let's reload and reset. You are going to see, can you see 3? As you can see, when we come back self, but it will come to -3, -6, -9, and so on. You understand? That is the benefit of using step. That is the main thing I want you guys to understand. So try to practice this, and if you want to know deep about it, you can come to our date max input, or you can come to our number min and max input, or our number min input, our HTML number min input. All these one are really describe how you can use it very well with the steps, so you can be able to understand how deeply it works. Anwar Akorede Ayofe is my name. I wish to see you guys next time, and to the next